Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Causey here from Black Cat Comics in Rockin' Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day, and I like to give you some great reasons to get down to your local comic shop and pick up something fun to read. It's a great week, packed with exciting stuff. A lot of great books to talk about. All the publishers brought their A-game this week. Gonna start with DC. Gonna start with this guy. This is the Terrifics #1. And you're asking yourself, why that one? Well, it's your metal tie-in book, it's your New Age of Heroes title, but it also features Plastic Man, one of the greatest characters in the history of comics. And if you're saying to yourself, Cause, that's ridiculous. You're right, it is ridiculous, but it's also true. He's created by a guy named Jack Cole. You should Google him and read more about Jack Cole. And the other characters in this book are also awesome. Metamorpho was created by a woman named Ramona Fradon. You should also Google Ramona Fradon and treat yourself to a great story about a great comic creator and a great character. And then pick up Terrifics #1 because it's awesome. On and on I could go, but let's move on. To Silencer, your other New Age of Heroes book of the week, your other metal tie-in book of the week. This one also features a couple of my favorite creators. Dan Abnett, one of my favorite writers, and John Romita Jr., an all-time great, the son of an all-time great, because good comics runs in the family. Good stuff there. And then it's back to all your usual good stuff, like Action Comics, which is like 5 minutes away from issue number 1000. I've been going on and on about how excited I am about issue 1000 of Action Comics. Look how gorgeous that cover is. Super awesome. Wonder Woman, another one of the all-time great books. This one starts a new story arc, so if you're one of the 3 people who haven't been reading Wonder Woman, now's your chance. And Detective Comics wraps up your Trinity trilogy of the week with Action, Detective, and Wonder Woman. This is the trial of Batwoman. A lot been going on in this book, so if you're only following Batman proper, you're missing out, because Detective is really solid. Batman Beyond, one of my favorite Bat titles, and Batgirl, one of your favorite titles. Another book with an awesome cover this week. And then it's a lot of team books like Justice League of America, Teen Titans, Suicide Squad, and Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. All your favorite teams from DC this week. And wrapping it up is your man The Flash. One of the biggest books in comics, one of the biggest shows on TV. This is bringing in more new readers than pretty much anything. Everybody's loving The Flash these days. And Hellblazer rounds out all of your DCU stuff. But of course, there's always more DC to talk about, like some miniseries like The Demon, another one of my all-time favorites from Jack the King Kirby. More on him later. Raven is another mini that DC's rolling out these days. But the one you're really looking for is Mira, the Queen of Atlantis. Another one of the greatest characters of comics, getting her own miniseries for the first time in a long time. Doom Patrol in the Justice League of America is your Milk Wars Young Animals book of the week. Gotham City Garage is your extracurricular DC Universe book of the week. Imaginary Fiends and Motherlands are your DC Vertigo books of the week. And last but definitely not least, Rough and Ready is your DC Hanna-Barbera book of the week. Been loving all the different Hanna-Barbera stuff they've been doing. Really encourage you guys to grab the trade paperbacks of, well, pretty much all this stuff, because it's really been great. Speaking of great, Black Panther. I mean, what do you got to say about this guy? Everybody's talking about Black Panther these days. This issue is just a little bit in the middle of the whole thing, but go ahead and jump into that anyway, because, well, it's awesome, and it's Black Panther, and you want to know what's going on. If you haven't been following the book, you can jump in at the Legacy issue. You can grab the first trade paperback. You guys should be picking up all the Black Panther trade paperbacks these days. Tons and tons of great material about that guy. Speaking of movie stars, how about Thanos? He's about to be your next big Marvel movie star. Well, if he isn't already. And this book is red hot and selling out every single time, so I hope you're already in line at your favorite comic shop to grab that one. Doctor Strange and the Invincible Iron Man wrap up my little movie star intro to the Marvel stuff. But the Avengers, you might have heard of them. This one's gone weekly, so this is number 682. You're going to want to go back to 675, the Legacy issue, and catch up. A lot going on in this book. Speaking of a lot going on, Champions, like the Avengers, also written by Mark Waid, one of my all-time favorite guys. This is the youngsters of the Marvel Universe. Very solid book. And X-Men Blue, the other X-Team, or X-Marvel book, Marvel Team Book of the Week. Of course, that's Venom on the cover. Everybody talking about that guy these days. Peter Parker the Spectacular Spider-Man, number 300. Been talking a little bit about the Marvel Legacy stuff and their renumbering stuff and these big anniversary issues that are rolling around. Longtime fan of PPTSS, as we used to call it. That's a super double-sized number 300 issue. Let's talk about a lot of Deadpool. Despicable Deadpool. Or Spider-Man Deadpool. Or Unbelievable Gwenpool. This one will be coming to its conclusion shortly. So this book's been really popular. And speaking of Gwenpool, that's my segue into the ladies of the Marvel Universe like Spider-Gwen, another super popular book, also with Venom on the cover. Or Captain Marvel, Marvel's next big movie star. Her film will be rolling out here before too long. Or All New Wolverine, another book that just gets bigger and bigger all the time. And look, there's Deadpool. And America, or Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, another under-the-radar favorite of a lot of people. And look, that one's got Super Skrull. And Moon Knight wraps up your Marvel Universe stuff. But like DC, there's always a little more to talk about. Like Darth Vader, always looking for an opportunity to tell you guys about the great job they're doing with their Marvel books, or with the Star Wars books. Star Wars, Darth Vader, Dr. Aphra, Poe Dameron. Great stuff. And what a great week for all the other guys, too. Been a little while since I had a chance to talk about a Buffy book, but Giles is your Buffy book of the week, your Whedonverse book of the week. Millions and millions of Whedonverse fans out there. Good stuff. Hungry Ghosts is your Burger Books book of the week. Been talking a lot about the Burger books like Hungry Ghosts and Incognegro. Great stuff. You want to grab the first issue if your shop still has one. We've got a couple lying around. You want to grab this number 2. Can't say enough about Karen Berger and the great job she does with everything. Last week's Mata Hari was awesome. Grab all that stuff. And ElfQuest, Final Quest number 24. Just another example of some of the amazing stuff that Dark Horse does. If you're going to Emerald City Comic Con like we are, you can catch the Peonies at the Dark Horse booth. Good stuff. Long time classic there. It's rated R week for Image comics like Rat Queens, Redneck, and Royal City. But the Image book you're waiting for is this guy. This is Saga. This is one of the biggest books out there, probably second only to Walking Dead as far as the Image titles go. Everybody's reading Saga, much like Walking Dead. If you're only following this in trade paperback, I really encourage you to catch up on those trades and catch up to the single issues, because, well, periodicals are just more fun. And you don't have to wait as long for them. Spawn is my Image book of the week because, well, people don't believe that it's still rolling, and it is, and it's still awesome, still some of the best art in comics. If you were a fan back in the day, maybe it's time to jump back into some Spawn and see what's up with that. Kiss and the Army of Darkness is my Dynamite book of the week. Boy, I just can't say enough about all the awesome team-ups that the publishers have been doing lately. From Wonder Woman, Conan to, oh, I could just go on and on and on. Kong and the Planet of the Apes. But Kiss and Army of Darkness matches up 2 of my favorite things of all time. So that's awesome. Speaking of awesome matchups, how about G.I. Joe and the $6 Million Man? If you're 100 years old like me, you love the $6 Million Man. He was your childhood superhero, and you can still make all the sound effects. No, I'm not going to make the sound effects. Just pick up the book and read it and imagine those sound effects in your head. Go-Go Power Rangers is your Boom Studios book of the week because you love some Power Rangers. Rick and Morty is your Oni Press book of the week because you love Rick and Morty, and I like anything that has dinosaurs on the cover. Exo Manowar is my Valiant book of the week. I'm always encouraging you guys to have a Valiant book on your list. Betty and Veronica Vixens is my Archie book of the week. Like Valiant, like a lot of things, always encouraging you guys to have an Archie book on your list. And Betty and Veronica, as a biker gang, should definitely make the grade. Last but not least is Labyrinth, because I don't really ever get a chance to talk about a comic with David Bowie on the cover. Super awesome stuff there. And a great week for the all ages stuff too. How about some Scooby-Doo team up with Yogi Bear, Smarter Than the Average Bear, or DuckTales. Who is in the DuckTales these days? My Little Pony Legends of Magic, and Steven Universe wraps it all up this week. Great week of comics. So check those shipping lists, get down to your shop, pick up something super awesome. I want to mention just a couple of other super awesome pieces that we've got. This is the tribute to Mike Mignola and Hellboy. You thought I missed out on an opportunity to talk about Mignola or Hellboy, but no. This is a giant oversized art book. If you love Hellboy like I do, this has to be in your collection. And it's only like 25 bucks. It's not as pricey as you would think. And last but not least is this gorgeous print that was sent to us by the Jack Kirby family. Might have seen it on Facebook. Really awesome. Everybody loves Jack Kirby. It's an excellent piece. Cool Galactus print. You can check that out when you come in today. Like I say, just a really great week of stuff. So get down to your shop, pick up something super awesome. I want to say that this weekend we're off to Emerald City Comic Con, so make sure you get in next week and check out all the cool, awesome old books we're going to come back with. We always come back with a great stash of books from the shows. It's convention season, so we'll be doing a lot of conventions. Keep up with the Facebook page. We'll be sending videos and posts and pictures and whatever from the show, like we always do, because it's tons of fun. If you can make it to the show up there, get down to the Super Toy Show this weekend, because those are always fun as well. That's all we got for you for this week. You can check us out at blackcatcomics.biz, check us out at Facebook, check out our podcast at soundcloud.com, check out our cool YouTube channel. Just get on down here to Rock and Milpitas. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.